hiya. You can tell the winter is. Oh, I've made you too small. The winter's coming. It's getting darker. At some point, I'll be sat here in the dark with my lights on. So hopefully, we'll have some of you with me today. Today's fireside chat. Just hang on a moment. Alexa, turn off. Alexa, turn off. So this fireside chat's about decluttering and the benefits of it, and I'm not just going to talk about removing the rubbish from the corner of the room. I'm talking about everything. So decluttering is something that we cover during the 7-week program. It's one of the weeks. I have to say, it's my favourite week. Personally, I love a good declutter. And yeah, just the feeling it gives me once I've finished. So if you join me live, say hi, tell me where you are, and then you can ask questions or give me, tell us how you feel when you're decluttering. Have you done any recently? Is it something you do on a regular basis, or is it something you don't do at all? Just give Indy some treats because he stood right next to me, even though I think he's forgotten he's just had some. There you go. So I've done a bit of research today, and I've found a few websites that have cited studies done by universities on the benefits of decluttering. So we'll go through all that, and I've also found someone that has a decluttering resource. So being me, I've downloaded that, and I thought I might put one together that I can share in our group as well, so it gives you sort of something to work towards and stuff like that. So I'll be able to declutter, be able to clutter up your emails with a decluttering resource. So yeah, decluttering. What is it? Basically, it's removing the stuff that's removing things that you've collected, whether it be physical things or virtual things. So like I said, it's not just necessarily the rubbish in the drawer, it can be absolutely anything. And WebMD said that one of the studies they quoted showed that women who described their homes in positive language had a lower cortisol level than those who described their home as cluttered or unfinished. So again, like I say, everything is on the cluttering, the cortisol. We're bringing down the cortisol. So obviously decluttering and clutter has an impact on cortisol. I know when I was doing my coaching training, we had a neuro coach in the room, and she said that even though the clutter might be hidden behind a door, like in a cupboard or in a drawer, your brain still knows it there, so it's still telling you, why still sort of causing you some stress. So there's another study as well that showed that orderly environments are linked to healthy choices, but disorderly environments can promote some creativity and fresh ideas. So there's a bit of controversy. So what do you think your environment is? Is it more orderly? Do you feel it helps you make healthy choices? Or are you more prone to being creative and prefer a bit of untidiness and disorderly around? If you could see my desk, you can see it is not orderly. It needs a really good tidy up. I've just not got around to doing it. Hi Debbie, nice to see you. Oh well, last week I didn't get the chats in on the computer, but I got them on the phone, but I'm now getting them in both places, so glad everything's working. So decluttering, benefits of it. So like I said, I found a couple of 2 or 3 websites and stuff like that, so I've sort of downloaded a lot of information. So decluttering gives you a better focus because you can find what you need when you want it, and the rubbish, the stuff that would be there is not distracting you. So if you're a tidy environment, you've not got the distractions, but if you've got clutter everywhere, you can't put your hands on what you need, and that will cause you stress. It's like when I go in my kitchen drawer, with the kitchen utensils, is to find that one utensil that I use every 6 months. It's hidden under everything else, and that's a bit, where is it? And that does cause a little bit of stress. Another benefit is it gives you a higher self-esteem, apparently. So if you struggle being organised, you can feel unorganised if there's a lot of clutter. And tidying up that clutter can restore your feelings of pride and competency. It can improve relationships, because especially if you're in like a house share or you've got a family member who's really untidy, it can cause conflict. Think about, having teenagers in the house and them having an untidy bedroom, and the stress that it causes the parents when they walk in or they walk past it and they see the piles of washing on the floor and the 7 plates and the 3 cups and the mould that's growing out. That causes, stress on the parent looking at it, but it probably, the teenager probably doesn't mind it. They may be feeling creative, if you will. And if you feel your house is tidy, you're much more comfortable when visitors come over as well, and you're not embarrassed and thinking, oh my god, what are they going to think because I've got 2 inches of dust and that pile of books in the corner type of thing. Also, having good clear outs as well and not having piles of clutter is better for your health. It lowers your risk of getting allergies, and if you're asthmatic, it can reduce the asthma as well, because you're preventing pile-ups of pests. Potentially if you've got piles of rubbish, you can have pests, you can get mould, you can get dust, you can get mildew, everything that can cause sort of allergies or trouble with your breathing as well. Apparently, and it can improve your lifestyle as well. So if you've got a tidy kitchen, you're more likely to make healthy meals because you've got the space to lay out your wares on the counter and do what you need to do, all the prep that you need to. And you sleep better if your bedroom is tidy and lack of clutter as well. So, we've covered sort of in Sleep Lives about the importance of making sure your room is your bedroom is a calm environment. It's not like a computer, an electronic showroom with loads and loads of electronics in and, clutter and stuff like that. So if your bedroom's got clutter in it, maybe think about tidying it up so it's get to that calm environment again. Another health website I found was called Mother Health. I think they're based in the States somewhere. And it said that decluttering, if your desk is tidy, again, don't look at mine, you can't see mine, so you don't know how untidy it really is. It shows, you can have better concentration. And a study has shown that task performance improves when you're working in a tidy environment. As it's untidy, the physical clutter will distract you from the tasks that you're supposed to be doing, and that leads to reduced productivity and things like that. So if you desk-based job, try and make sure it's tidy. That is personally, it is on my list of things to do. Get the desk tidy and sort out the filing. Like I said a few minutes ago about making sure the bedroom's calm, the American Academy of Sleep Medicine has said sleeping, in making sure your room is uncluttered will help improve your sleep. If it is cluttered, you have a higher chance of developing sleep problems and an even higher risk of hoarding disorders as well. So that's another one for keeping the bedroom nice and tidy. Not having clutter around helps improve your mood. They said that clutter makes you cranky. It's sending a visual signal to your brain that those things aren't in the place that they should be, which is again causing stress. And a study from UCLA said that clutter has a profound effect on our mood and self-esteem, and with causing high cortisol levels, and with if you've got a high density of household objects. So if you've got loads and loads of objects and loads of ornaments, it does cause high cortisol levels. And I'm thinking about that. When I was living in New Zealand, I had a load of clutter around, a load of ornaments, a lot of sort of memories from the UK and holidays and things like that. And when I was selling the house, the estate agent told me I had to get rid of all my shit because there was too much in it. Hi Rosie, thanks for joining. So yeah, and when you sort of walk into, I know when I've said, definitely if I walk into like a show home that's really sort of minimalistic, it does feel quite airy. Personally, I don't like the minimalistic look myself, but I do like a little bit of clutter around. But I'm definitely not a hoarder, so I've not got loads of cardboard boxes behind me, so don't panic. And also material, like ornaments and things, material objects. They said they can, like I said, they have links to specific people and places and memories and things like that. And we tend to sort of sometimes keep those objects, even if it was a relationship, they're related to a previous relationship or anything like that. We tend to hang on to those. But those ornaments that sort of, if it was something that an ex had given you or a friend that you were no longer in contact with, that will have an emotional weight with it. So getting rid of that can release all that emotion and that negativity and make you feel lighter. They also said that sort of seeing clutter, they put the example of having sort of a resistance band on the floor in the living room that you can see. And although if you're using it, that's a reminder, yes, I need to go and do my exercises. But if it's there for months and months and creating dust, that will just remind you and stress you out because it's reminding you of something that you've not finished. It's an unfinished goal. You had the goal to get fit, you're not using your resistance band, so you're not getting fit. So that goal is still unfinished. So they recommend only keep things that inspire you, motivate you to finish, and rather than those things that hold you back. So I think I might be doing that. I've got something behind this the sofa that I bought because it looked good on the Facebook advert where you stood on this piece of plastic and sort of swiveled, and that was supposed to make you really thin. I think I used it about 5 times, and I used it to block Ziggy from when he was a tiny puppy from getting behind the sofa, so that's where it still is. So every time I look at it, I think really I should be using that. So I think that's a sign I need to get rid of that piece of what I thought was a good buy at the time and was going to be this miracle cure. So Psychology Today, they described clutter as creating chaos, impacting the ability to focus. It also limits the brain's capacity to process information, and visual clutter can increase cognitive overload and reduce the working memory. And it says research has shown that people become less distracted, less irritable, they're more productive and better able to process information if they're working in an uncluttered, organised environment. And I know sort of with the occupational health role going into a lot of offices now, especially since sort of COVID, they are encouraging like paperless offices, so people again they're not allowed a load of mementos on the desk, because a lot of companies are now hot desking when they go into the office because they're only in one couple of days a week. So yet they haven't got that clutter. So maybe that is improving their work performance. I honestly don't know, but it's something to think about. And they also put several studies correlating between disorganisation, clutter, and mental health conditions like anxiety, depression, and stress, saying that messy environments lead to frustration and helplessness and feelings of overwhelm, and you get into the cycle of feeling overwhelmed and depression and clutter, and that leads to lacking motivation, so you lose the motivation to clean, which makes your depression worse, and it's just a vicious cycle. So having a clear out every now and again could potentially help reduce the risk of that. They said that decluttering increases the feelings of self-worth. It creates healthy habits and boosts productivity. And a tidy, clean home can help with sleep, as we've mentioned a couple of times before, improve your mood and promote relaxation. like I said, you know, over was it the last bank holiday, I came up to the office. I managed to give it a good clean. Um, oh yes, Rosie agrees that she works better if the area's less cluttered. And I gave the we've got several, as you know, I've got dogs. We've got about 5 dog beds up here. Those donut ones that are supposed to reduce anxiety when they sleep in them. But because they dig them, they've got holes in them, so we had stuffing strewn all over the floor. We've got a toy box that have no toys in it because they're strewn all over the floor. So I came up and brought the vacuum up, gave it a really good clean, tidied up the dog toys, picked up all the stuffing. And when I came back into the work, I think it was the following day, the feeling, it just felt so calm and welcoming, and I was really pleased to be back. I even said, "Oh, hello office, I've missed you." But 24 hours after getting back into the office with clean and tidy, we've got stuffing all over the floor again. And again, like I said, I haven't sorted my desk out, so I'm going to have to put that on the list of jobs to do one weekend. So, steps to start decluttering. Like with anything, if you're going to do a big job, you're better off setting small steps. You know, start off with a small part. If you've got like a huge room that you need to tidy, start off with one shelf or one cupboard. Don't think I'm going to tidy the whole room. If you think I'm going to do the whole room, you'll probably get overwhelmed, get bored, give up. So start off a little bit at a time, and once you've done that, then do a bit more to keep you encouraged. Always ask for help. You can get people that will come around and declutter on your behalf if you have that disposable income that you want to do that, or get the family pitching in, or friends, or whatever. For the items that you still have a connection to that you really, really don't want to throw out, I've got this. For example, this dinosaur, this little dinosaur. It was a Christmas present from a friend. It's what you put your computer cable ties on, just to tidy them up and stuff like that. And I can't get this one up, so it's just basically an ornament on my desk. So potentially, if I was really attached to this, but I really wanted to get rid of it as well, and what they suggest that you do is you take a photo of it. So then you can still look at the photo and it'll remind you of that connection to the person that gave you whatever the object was. And then it's much easier to give it away, put it in the charity box, or put it in the bin, or recycling, or whatever. And then before you do your decluttering, you want to decide what you're going to do with those items. Are they going in the rubbish? Are they going in the recycling, or are they going to a charity shop or something like that? And then you could make piles where they're going, and then get rid of them. So just once you've decluttered and you've got your piles, you don't want to be leaving your piles there, because then that will cause more stress, because you've got piles from the decluttering that you've done. And like I said, decluttering is not just physical items, so it's not necessarily just the kitchen drawer, or the wardrobe, or a cupboard, or a bookshelf and stuff like that. It can be virtual emails. We all sign up for newsletters. This looks good, I'll sign up for that, and and getting emails from people, and half the time we don't read them. Newsletters, updates. So going through and clearing all those out as well. So when you're not overwhelmed when you open your email and you see like 3,000 unread emails. And Julia, that did one of my clients, when we were talking about decluttering, she said I think she had 3,000 unread emails. So one of her goals was to work her way through them and start deleting them. But she's been putting it off because she thought it was going to be a big job. So it was like, well, why don't you just do 5 at a night? When you sat there, just do 5 occasionally. And she did manage, it took her a while, but she did manage to get down, because it was in that small, achievable task, rather than thinking, oh, I'm going to delete 3,000 emails. You want to start off small. So getting rid of emails. Another one is getting rid of toxic people as well. Declutter people that are toxic from your life. You don't really want them. You don't want to be dealing with people that are taking everything, that are draining every piece of energy you've got. That's not good for you. Oh, Rosie just said she's done that with the emails and can totally for everything that she signed up for. Yeah. I mean, I do it on I regularly go through my emails and delete a whole load of stuff that I haven't read, and collecting, especially with Google, my Gmail, when they put them in social and something else, and the ones you want are not in your inbox. They're in one of these other files, and going through them and stuff like that. I love doing spam as well. I'm quite sad. I check my spam just in case there's something important in there. And I've found I'm related to some king in Africa that's died, and I'm going to inherit millions. But yeah, getting rid of, like I say, people that aren't beneficial for you. Oh, and Debbie's done her email scourges cleanup as well. Well done. Yeah, she was getting tons of emails a day and couldn't take it anymore. That's the thing to do. We just sign up for them and we just get a lot of drivel coming through. I know I'm guilty of sending some of that out to you if you're on my email list, and I try not to, but it definitely does increase sort of round if we've got a workshop or a masterclass on. But I tend not to send them out just willy-nilly, basically because I can't always think about what to say to you. But yeah, clearing those out, getting rid of people, toxic friends, relations, whatever. You want to make sure you're clearing that out, because the more you can clear out the clutter and the things that drain you, the better you're going to feel. From another website, I found there was 11 benefits. There was an overall sense of well-being. Like I said, we've said before, it enhances well-being. It helps alleviate feelings of being overwhelmed. It reduces the stress, improves sleep. Decluttering helps with a cleaner environment, especially if it's physical things that you're getting rid of. It's a safer environment. You're less likely to trip over them, and if you're sort of in an area that's prone to civic emergencies, it's make sure you can get out of the house like that. I mean, I lived in New Zealand through the earthquake, so I know what it's like. You need to make sure you can get out that door if you have to. A cleaner environment boosts the immune system. Again, you're not having piles of stuff that's collecting mold and dust and everything and that's around there. It makes cleaning easier. Again, less moving of ornaments to dust. Or sort of moving the vacuum around, or having to move loads and loads of furniture to move the vacuum around, so it makes it quicker. Healthier lifestyle, it encourages cooking, exercising apparently, and creates a more livable, breathable space. It also reduces the waste and promotes recycling, because you're clearing out regularly, you're thinking about what you're buying, and you're repurposing stuff that you don't want anymore. And you'll think about before you buy it, do I really, really need that, or can I do without it? Financial benefits. By having fewer items, you're minimising expenses on maintenance and repair and replacement in the long term. It's simplifying your lifestyle, so you're buying less stuff. It becomes energy efficient, so a decluttered home is easier to heat and cool because the airflow can move around more freely. It said facilitates lucrative sales. Decluttering uncovers valuable items that you could sell online or in garage sales, or somewhere else, or you can donate them and sell them, like I said, to charity shops. Saving money because you're not spending, you're not buying the stuff that you want but you don't really need. Creates a peaceful living space, so it reflects your lives and values. Creates a positive energy. Through feng shui, the qi energy that flows freely, so that promotes harmony and balance and positivity in the space that you're in. Enhances disaster readiness, again, like I said, making sure you can get out if you need to in the event of a natural disaster or emergency. uncovers personal growth and self-discovery can uncover hidden interests and passions, and it allows you to re-evaluate interests and values. So going through possessions, you might rediscover hobbies and passions that have been overshadowed by clutter. I know since I moved back from New Zealand I've been back for 7 years, I've still got boxes I've not unpacked, and I have boxes over there that I've not unpacked from moving. So some stuff I think has probably been in boxes for like 15 years, but I'm a bit loath to get out of it, and I don't know where they are. I think they're really down the side of the attic, because I've got sort of little cupboards, because the attic is obviously a room now, so I've got a little bit of storage down there. But yeah, when you sort of go through stuff and then, pull the boxes out because I'm looking for one thing, it's like, oh yeah, remember that. Oh yeah, remember that. It can develop a discipline and focus, because if you're sticking to a schedule, that requires discipline and determination, and that can help and go in other parts of your life because you become more goal orientated. It facilitates mindfulness and intentional living, because you're choosing what you're going to keep and what you're going to get rid of, and makes you truly aware of what actually matters to you. And with the relationships and social connections, it said families, cooperation and teamwork. Decluttering can be a family affair. Like I said, asking for help, get families and friends involved in getting the clear out. Community engagement, by donating the items that you don't want anymore. Promoting the local economy, if you're selling them at the charity, they're getting sold at the charity shop. A home without clutter creates a conducive learning environment for children, encourages them to concentrate, and fostering educational growth. Obviously, if an adult's desk is disorganised and it's affecting their ability to concentrate, it makes sense that it's the same for kids if they're coming up living in a cluttered house or working in a cluttered bedroom. It teaches time management and organisational skills, because you're putting, having a set time to do your decluttering, and that will hopefully take on use that in other parts of the role. Organise in career, like I say, helps productivity, creativity if you're working in a tidy space. Encourages personal growth through the discipline and focus honed by decluttering. You can apply that to your career. Encourage your spiritual and emotional growth. It encourages self-reflection and inner peace. Some of these are a lot of what we've already said, they're just put in a different way. Can help healing from loss or trauma. It said decluttering can serve as a therapeutic process for individuals, facilitating the journey towards healing after experiencing a loss or trauma by releasing physical reminders of the past. You can create room for embracing new beginnings, and that's what I was saying about the items that you connect to somebody you don't want to get rid of, you don't really want to get rid of, taking a photo of it so you can sort of pass it on to the next person. Oh, thanks Rosie, great, thanks for coming. Rosie's daughter's really good. She obviously tidies up before they go to bed. That's fantastic. She gets her kids to help that's really good. And he said, the decluttering, it helps, gives you more time for travel and leisure. You're maintaining the cleanliness. You've got a tidier house, giving you free time to do other things that you want to do. It supports hobby engagement, because a decluttered house allows you to create a space to put your hobby clutter in. She didn't put that. Enhances appreciation for nature, especially cluttering sort of outdoor spaces or creating an area in the home where you can put plants and natural life. Strengthens family communication, provides an educational outcome sort of for children, so passing on, getting them, encouraging to recycle and selling stuff. And also it improves pet health, creates a healthier environment for pets, because it's reducing the risk of accidental ingestion of smaller items or other hazards. Or you can also donate things like linen and towels and bedding to dog shelter, pet shelters and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things you can do. So what I encourage you to do, if you've not done any for a while, is find somewhere in the house that you can declutter. Is there somewhere, is there a cupboard you're afraid of opening the door on, or a drawer? And just spend the time doing it slowly. Oh, Debbie's donated old blankets and towels to the animal shelter. That's a really good idea. We used to do that in New Zealand. We had an SPCA sort of about 5 minutes from us, and the dogs used to donate their old toys. And I donated a whole load of linen and stuff like that, but definitely they will reuse them, or even vets might take stuff like that off you. We used to do that from the hospital if we had a lot of plastic waste that we couldn't recycle. We used to offer it to the vets and things like that. So it's trying to think outside the box. And how do you feel when you've done that tidying and decluttering? I know it makes me feel really good. What takes a weight off. I've got a small bedroom that I use, in the winter, is where the clothes get put on the airers to dry. It's where I pile up my ironing. It's sort of a bit of a clutter room. It's got my wardrobe in it, and it is usually a bit of a bomb site in there, and I keep the door closed so I don't have to look at it. And the other week I went in and tidied up. I think I jumped on and done a quick Facebook and was talking about decluttering, so I went in and tidied it up, and it does make you feel better. So like I said, I've got this decluttering resource that I've downloaded somewhere else, so I'm going to try and put one together to put in the group for you to use, so you can clutter up your email with it. So that's just something else you can do to help reduce your stress, and maybe also, like I said, improve your health. If you're living in a lot of clutter and stuff like that, it might be affecting your mental health. It definitely probably increasing your cortisol levels. So bringing those down, you're getting rid of your clutter, reduce your cortisol, improve your mental health, and again physical health as well, especially if you've got asthma and stuff like that. You don't want to be wanting a lot of clutter and dust around unless you're motivated enough to go around and damp dust every day. And making sure your bedroom's a calm environment as well will help promote sleep as well, so we don't want a lot of clutter in the bedroom. So yes, that is the art of decluttering. I know there was it a Japanese girl that used to have I think she was a YouTube that used to talk about decluttering and tidying up. So yeah, there is definitely a load of information out there, and like I said, this information I've done has sort of all been researched and stuff like that, so it's not just a bit of somebody sitting here saying, oh, you should tidy up because it makes you feel better. There's absolutely medical studies to show that it is a beneficial practice. So, right, okay, so that's all from me tonight. What was I going to say? Yeah, next Thursday we are going to be doing the Q&A Facebook Live. So any questions, have a think, drop them in the comments, send me a message. No problem at all, Debbie. Hope it was helpful. So yeah, the Q&A next week. So if you can come up with some questions, like I said, I've already been asked by a couple of people, how do I know I'm in perimenopause? So we'll be covering that. So any other questions, do flick them to me. Otherwise I will start talking dribble, and that's not really helpful. That's that. I am going away this weekend. I'm driving up to my mum and dad's on Saturday. We're coming back Tuesday, so I will try and jump on and say hello when I can. I've got Indy with me at my mum and dad's. The other two are going to their new holiday home because the people that look after them have moved. So I think that will be really good, and I'm catching up with an old work colleague, and I'm going out with my mum on Monday for the somewhere for the day and taking it indie. So it'll be nice. It'll be a nice rest because I'm a little bit exhausted, having had a few long weeks. So hopefully I'll come back rejuvenated, ready for my mini world tour. So next Wednesday, the 11th, I'm doing the wellness evening, as I've mentioned before, in Cledbury. So if you're in the Worcestershire area, Cledbury Market Hall, 7 o'clock on Wednesday, come and meet me. I'm there with a whole load of other practitioners, so if you don't know what different practitioners do come along and have a chat with us and find out. And it will be nice to meet you if you're able to pop on. If you do come along and say hello and go, I am out of from the Menopause Suite. That would be lovely. The following Thursday, I'm in Bromyard at Oakland's Cafe, doing the Menopause evening. So that'll be a talk. So again, if you come to that, tell me, hi, it's Julie. Hi, Julie. It's such and such a body from the Menopause Suite. That would be nice to see you as well. The 14th is the Tenbury Menopause Social at Sense. So again, come along to that if you're in the area. On the 28th, I'm at Sense. We're doing an open day, so it's meet the therapist there because there's different therapists that work there. So again, come along and meet me there. And we'll be doing the virtual social in Zoom on the 26th. So the 19th of this month. So 2 weeks tonight. 2 weeks tonight. There's going to be no live because I'll be live in Bromyard doing the talk, not live in here doing a talk. So have a good evening or good day. Thank you, Debbie and Rosie, for watching. If you do watch on replay, do put hashtag replay in. If you've got any questions or comments, do add them to the comments. Do add them in to the comments. And again, let me know about questions for next Thursday. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make some up. And I don't want to do that because I want to know what you want to know and not I want to know. So have a good evening. I'm now going to go and I'm not going to declutter my office. I haven't got time to do it. But that's definitely on the list when I've got an hour to spare. So lovely. Thank you for turning up. Look after yourself. Have a good evening if you're in the UK, and if you're in the States, have a good rest of the day. All right then. Take care.